What's up, guys? I'm Tinashe Moyo, and welcome to another episode of Stride. On this channel, my goal is to inspire people to take the first step towards their goals in life using my personal experiences. And in this video, we have another special guest in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Francisca Chipare. Francie, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I can tell you're good by your physical appearance in general.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm quite honest on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sure. So, can you introduce yourself and share a bit about your background?
Okay. My name is Francisca Chipare. I'm 26 years old. I grew up in Masvingo. I was born and bred in Masvingo. So I did my primary school in Masvingo at Chikato High School. And then I did my high school at Victoria High School. Or I did my O-level at Victoria High School.
Okay.
And then I did my A-level at Masvingo Christian College.
All right.
And then I also did my BSc at Chinhoyi University of Technology. Yeah, I think that's me.
What exactly did you do in Chinhoyi? Like the BSc, whatever.
Okay. So in Chinhoyi, I studied for a bachelor's degree in wildlife, ecology and conservation.
Okay.
So I'm now a conservationist, ecologist by profession, but I'm yet to practice.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And what inspired you to study that?
My love for nature, like growing up, I've been a girl who loves nature. I love outdoor activities. I love traveling a lot. So being an outdoor person and being someone who's good in biology, I then decided to venture into the biology of wild animals. So
Okay.
that is what inspired me to study wildlife.
All right.
Yeah.
So, in regards to studying that, how has that shaped your view of the world?
My degree has really helped me to be a better, citizen. Like being someone who studied conservation. I'm now someone who's very particular about conservation, who's also like interested in taking part in the climate change movement, with the way the climate is changing. It has also helped me to know like how to adapt to the change in climate. It has helped me a lot.
Okay. All right. So, what's maybe one way you've adapted to the whole climate change? If there is one that can be specified.
Okay, I'll be with the way the climate is changing. Water is becoming a scarce resource in the world, and as Zimbabwean citizens, we need to be people who save water.
Okay.
Because as time goes on, it's going to be more scarce than it is right now. So we need to conserve it so that the future generation will also have the privilege of enjoying the water that we have now in abundance, as it is in abundance now. They also want to have that privilege. So we need to also be people who are conservative. Like we need to conserve our natural resources so that our kids can also experience the same experience that we're having now. But if we were just reckless about it, they are going to be like in the future, some resources are going to be extinct and some will exist in small quantities and they won't enjoy it as much as we are enjoying it. So we need to be people who are conservative and who also think of how the future generations are going to how the future generations are going to live, and are they also going to experience the same experience of nature that we are experiencing right now.
Okay. It's very, very, very informative. I wasn't expecting an answer that informative, but it's actually good. I think it also shows that you are very much invested in what you studied. So it's off to you for that.
Thank you.
Sure. So did you face any challenges during your time at Chinhoyi University?
Yeah, challenges with the like like being someone who is was trying to juggle between sports and academics. I faced a lot of challenges, and these challenges they didn't start while at least I was at Chinhoyi. They
Okay.
actually started even when I was still in high school because I started playing cricket at a very young age. I
Okay.
started playing cricket when I was 11. And then, like being a kid, you get carried away and then you want to concentrate more on the sport. Like I told you, I'm someone who really likes outdoor activities or likes traveling. And
Sure.
with cricket, it involves traveling a lot. So we used to travel, go for provincial competitions, go for inter-schools competitions and all that. So then my focus was kind of shifted from school to cricket. And then my parents they were not happy with it.
I thought as much.
They were not happy. And then so they started like they drafted a timetable for me. So I knew that I had days for sports during the week and days to do school like entirely. So juggling both it hasn't been an easy walk in the park, especially when I was at CAT, because now when I was at CAT, I was at CAT the same time I was now playing for the national team. And being a national team player, it required me to avail myself for every camp that will be called for every tour that I would have been selected to be part of. And at the same time, I also need to be at school. I need to write exams. Sometimes I would miss some exams so that I can be on tour. And sometimes I would miss some camps so that I can write exams. So it wasn't that easy, but I tried.
So in terms of missing exams, did you ever have that guilt conscience?
Not really.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so for me, COVID helped. It kind of helped me to balance the two, because when COVID started, we were by the time COVID started, we were now going to school just to write exams. So we'll
Okay.
study online and then go to school just to write exams. So it was kind of easy. But then in my final year, when COVID was over and things were now back to normal, I have to be in school. And
Yeah.
I also have to be in camp. I have to be on tour. So my lecturers, I told my lecturers, even when I was in 1-1 during my first year, I told them that I play cricket and sometimes I'll be required to go for camps and all those. So I explained to them and they asked me to go and explain to the dean. So the dean
Okay.
knew, like the whole faculty knew. And then when I was needed for camps or for tours or any event with Zimbabwe cricket, the Zimbabwe cricket manager would write an email to ask for the school to release me so that I can attend whatever I would be required to attend. So, fortunate enough, my lecturers, they were understanding. So once I was called for national duty, they would allow me to miss an exam, and then I'll write it later when I come back.
Okay.
So I I had no feeling of guiltiness that I missed any exam, because I knew that when I come back, I will sit for the exam. And they also allowed me to sit for the exam as a first attempt. So for me, I never carried any module.
Okay.
I never repeated any module, because I would sit for the exam after I'm back from cricket. I would sit for the exam as a first attempt, and then if I pass, then I'll proceed to the next level. So it was something that the school did for me, and it worked.
Okay. Yeah, at least it ended up working in your favor, because I know for a fact that there could be people who might want to try the same thing, but then they end up losing out on one thing, and mostly it ends up being school.
Yeah.
And yet our parents, they are so hell-bent on their children.
Yeah, that's very true. And I would love to really thank my parents for that, because just like any other kid, if my parents were not strict on me pursuing my academics more than the sport,
Yeah.
trust me, I would have just ended with O level. But here I am now. I can actually say I have two careers. I have the ecological career. I also have the cricket career.
Cricket career.
So I really want to thank my parents for that. If it wasn't for them, trust me, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, because parents, for sure, they do play a pivotal role.
Yes. And as kids, we tend to get carried away.
Yeah. Because I always look back at my own personal career before I got into all of this. Academically, I wasn't gifted. So they had to go through so many struggles to find a way for me to succeed. But I think it just wasn't in me. I'm always telling people here, like, I only have one O-level in English language. Maybe that's why I like speaking in English so much. But I think that period was quite tough for them. And now I can be able to look back at it from a different perspective, a different mindset, where it's like, oh, now you can put yourself in their shoes and understand the pain that they went through.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite understandable in terms of the academic aspect. And so just speaking a little bit more about the degree, did you always have a love for animals growing up?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier on, that I'm an outdoor person. Like, I love nature, and I love outdoor activities, outdoor nature. I've always been an animal lover.
Okay.
And it's kind of weird, but I've been someone who have a fantasy for snakes.
Snakes?
Yes, I find them to be beautiful. I don't even freak out if I see a snake, as long as it doesn't seem to be threatening my life or anything. I find them to be so beautiful. If it wasn't for our culture, I think I would love to pet one. But I can't, because people will say ndakaromba or what. I want, but I really like them.
Whew. Yeah, I think that just got me really heated up. Snakes.
Yeah.
Because I think for me, that's probably my worst fear, snakes.
Trust me, I won't even scream. I won't, even if I find it inside the house, like I will just stare at it and I'll just stare and adore. I won't, unless if it's threatening to harm me in any way. Yeah, obviously I will freak out, but not if it's just doing its own business.
So even since you were a kid, it was just like that.
I don't know about being a kid, but I know, like, even my dad, my dad always say that I know that even if we see a snake panapa, Francis the only person who won't freak out, but ikatoonekwa nevamwe vese tikatozorumwa because vanhu vanenge vakutotiza, but Francis will be as calm as if she's seeing a lizard.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting fact about you. Quite an interesting one. Because, yeah, for some of us, we just think we're looking at the devil.
It's because you don't know. You know what? When I studied about snakes, I
Yeah.
learned that they're actually not harmful.
Okay.
Yes. Snakes, they don't, like when they bite as a retaliatory action, like as a defense mechanism.
Okay.
When snakes bite, they're trying to defend themselves. So as long as you don't threaten them in any way, they won't bite you. So in other ways, they are not harmful as long as you're not threatening them. Let them do their own business. You do your own business. They won't harm you.
Okay, so probably I'll end up giving you a call if I see one here so you can take it outside.
You can call me, it's fine.
So, knowing that it's like one thing that really fascinates you, is there one in particular which you would say is your favorite amongst all of the
Amongst
snakes we know?
I think I like the python.
The one that kills.
No, the python doesn't kill. Its bite is harmless. If a python bites you, you just get a wound as if you were bitten by a dog. But then a python, it can swallow, like it swallows its prey. That's how harmful it is.
Okay.
So that's why you hear people, they say if a python, if you leave a baby and then the python comes, it can swallow the whole child.
Oh.
That's, yeah. But it cannot swallow you. The only thing it can do to you is bite you, but it's not poisonous. So you just go and be treated on the wound. And you won't die, you won't fall sick. You just get a wound. So it's as good as harmless.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think maybe it's because we grew up watching movies like Anaconda, Boa versus Python, to the point where you just have the thought that every snake will kill you.
No, they won't. The most dangerous snake in Zim is the black mamba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the most dangerous one. But being a snake, as long as you are not, as long as you don't threaten it in any way, it won't harm you. That's why you get some incidences whereby someone was sleeping and then a snake just goes past them and then it goes, because you're not threatening to harm it in any way. It doesn't bite. It only bites when it's trying to defend itself.
Okay. So I think maybe the next time I see a snake, I'll be a peacemaker and let it
Just
do
let
its
it
thing.
do its thing. It will probably go away.
After how long though?
It depends. Unless if unless if the place you are is where it stays, then it won't go away. But if it's just walking past where you are, let it pass and do its business. It won't harm you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, God being by my side, I would try. I would try that. Ah, so getting back to the whole sports thing, what was the experience like for you when you got your first call up to the Zim cricket national team?
It was nice, trust me. I was still in high school.
Okay.
So, I think I was in form when I got my first, when I made it into the national team squad. I think I was in form 2. That's when I made it into the national team squad. And then it got to be announced at the assembly. And then I had to stand up, walk to the podium, like it was really a good experience.
Yeah.
Because at my school, we used to do our assembly in a hall.
Okay. Yeah.
So the headmaster had to announce it, and I had to walk up the stage where everyone could see me, and everyone was seated, and everyone, like, it was celebrated by the whole school. So it was really nice.
Okay. So I can actually imagine the whole school scenario at assembly. You know how we used to be, we would like people to applaud us and even look as if they're worshipping us in any way, like I've made it, and that
Yeah,
type
it
of
was
thing.
a really nice experience, and I then got a prize on prize giving day for that year.
Okay.
I got money from ZB Bank. I still remember. It was nice, and it was a huge amount of money. I don't remember how much it was, but I think it was way more than my school fees.
Oh,
Yeah, I still remember. It was a nice experience. Trust me.
okay. So do you remember what you spent the money on? No.
Teach me. I was in form 2. I probably bought clothes, I think.
That was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, I think I bought clothes.
Yeah, but at least it's good to know that you were considered someone special at such an age.
Yeah, and that's when my parents' perspective about cricket changed a little bit. Yeah, that's when they started being flexible with me, going in and out.
Okay. And so how does it feel to see the women getting their fair share of opportunities?
Trust me, like the inclusion of women into male dominated organizations as it's something that I don't know, it's a very good thing, and it also gives people like me the power to actually pursue whatever we are pursuing more, because we know that we are given a fair opportunity to express ourselves, to show what we are capable of, and it also, we are paving way for other women to actually do the same, or even do greater things than what we are actually doing. So it's really a good it's really a good thing that I am actually thankful for, that we are given a fair opportunity for us to express ourselves, for us to explore our capacity, our capabilities, so that people out there can also learn what women can do.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's quite an interesting thing, because yeah, looking back, it was pretty much the males only.
Yeah, like sport has always been male dominated, and seeing women breaking the ground reaching the global stage, because at one point we actually made it to the semi-finals at the global stage.
Okay.
Imagine if we had won the semi-finals, then we would have qualified for the World Cup. So it actually gives us the zeal to really want to pursue more, to really want to push hard, so that we can reach greater heights. Because the sky is the limit for us. If a male child can do it, why can't we also do it? We can also do it. So it's actually a good thing, and we actually are thankful that we are given a fair opportunity for us to compete and for us to show our capacity, and to also compete as men.
Okay, that's interesting. So, also looking at how much cricket requires traveling, what's been the most memorable place that you've been to, and how do you generally handle life on the road?
The most, I would say Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of us just see Thailand on TV.
I would say Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah, Thailand and UAE. But Thailand, I would put Thailand on number 1 and UAE number 2. Like, Thailand was really nice. The tourist activities there, like, they are awesome. Like I told you, I love outdoor activities.
Yeah.
They have a lot of outdoor activities, like a lot of nature, scenic beauty. It's actually a very good tourism destination.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's rated. It's among the best, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So I really enjoyed myself there. And UAE is nice. You all know that it's actually a tourist nation.
Yeah.
It's really nice. The nightlife in UAE
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's just that the heat,
Yeah,
the heat is a lot. It's too much. It's too hot in UAE. Yeah. But besides that, that's good.
Okay. Some of us, I only got to know about Thailand through a classic movie by Jean-Claude Van Damme called Kickboxer. That's how I got to know about Thailand.
Thailand is nice, trust me. If you are a nature-loving person and you are looking for somewhere to just go and chill for a vacation, I'd recommend Thailand. It's nice. You get to ride elephants.
Okay.
You get to eat in a boat, canoeing. Like, they have a lot of water. You get to have dinner in a very small boat.
Okay.
With a cool breeze, like you eat in water. It's very nice. It's really nice.
It seems like Thailand still lives in your mind every single
Thailand,
day.
yeah, Thailand was the best. Yeah, Thailand was the best. You get there's this funny thing which I learned in Thailand. But I didn't know, like, they train chickens to fight. I don't know what is it called.
I've heard about that, but I'm not really sure about the name.
Watched that in movies. It's nice, like, watching those fights. It's really nice. But I just wonder how you can train a hen to fight. But it was nice. It was a very good experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to matches, I know there's wins and then there's losses. How do you handle losses?
You know what? Like, the more you play, the more you get to find ways to really take in losses, negative feedback. Like, yeah. but it's not that easy.
Yeah.
But I've come to just understand that it's a game, and for every game, one has to win and the other one has to lose. On a good day, it's us who will be on the winning side, and on a bad day, it's us again who will be on the losing side. So I'll just have to accept it as it is. Accept whatever outcome that comes, because that's how life is. You can't always get what you want. Even in life, sometimes we also lose in life, but that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. You lose, draw some lessons from the lose.
Yeah.
Take the good things that you did, right? And also take the bad things that made you lose, and also take note of what the opposition did for them to win. And then tomorrow we try again. We'll eventually win.
Yeah, true. That's very very true, very informative, because I to look at life at the same way, especially in my instances. Back then I used to beat myself up if I suffer a loss or anything like that, particularly if it's just in life generally. But now I've reached a point where I can simply look at things and just say, okay, this is what happened. So I at least tell myself that I need at least maybe a day or two.
Yeah, with
to recover
time,
from that.
you'll eventually recover. Like time, they say time is the healer of every wound, no matter how deep it is. So with time, it will eventually sink in, and you eventually accept it and move on. All you need is a strong character for you to be able to stand your ground again after you have fallen. Just pick yourself up and stand on your ground, firm again.
Because I think one of the things that actually draws people back in life is the idea of not wanting to fail.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think failure, you can look at failure as lessons. There's always something to take away from that. Like
you can always draw a leaf out of whatever thing that you have failed. Take the lessons and try again. You'll get there.
Yeah, true. So, an interesting question now. How do you describe your temperament level? Like, would your teammates say you are easy to to get along with?
Yeah, I think they would say that. Is cricket being a team sport, every player has to be a team player.
True.
Yeah. Particularly during a match, we need to play as a team for us to achieve our set goal.
Yeah.
So I would say my teammates would say that I'm a team player, because I've never had any difficulties with getting along with my teammates on the field of play.
Okay.
Yeah. But then as at a personal level, we in cricket we play as like 11 players, right?
Yeah.
We all come from different backgrounds,
true.
and we are different people. And actually I can say we are teammates. When we are playing cricket, we are workmates, but it doesn't necessarily make us friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get along when we are playing cricket. We are doing our work, so we are workmates. We are aligned towards achieving a certain goal. So we work as a team. We get along as a team for us to achieve that. But at a personal level, we I cannot be friends to everyone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I cannot be friendly to everyone. So in the field of play, my teammates would say that she's a very nice person, we get along, we do ABC. But at a personal level, I'm someone who loves to be alone. I love to be in my own space, doing my own things. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't actually have like a lot of friends
All right.
amongst my teammates.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The reason why I included this kind of question, there was the word temperament. So it has nothing to do with cricket, but I first learned about that word, I think back in 2014. I was at a job interview.
Okay.
So the guy who was interviewing me, who also happened to be the managing director at that company, simply bombarded me with the question, what's your temperament level? So now I'm like, temperament, what's
What does it
what's
mean?
temperament? I don't know what temperament means. So I felt stupid in that moment. Then I was like, temperament. Then he was just like, are you someone who's quick to anger? Or so I
How's
always
your temper like?
exactly. So I always tell people like I think that was the one question that made me lose, because I was the only one on that interview. So people would ask me, how did the interview go? I was like, even if it was me being alone, I think I came out in second place in that interview. So
Because of the temperament
the
question.
temperament part. So I was just like, let me just find a way to include that
Okay.
in this whole thing. So yeah, I actually like what you said in regards to, like, you can't be friends with everyone. I think it just comes down to the idea that we can't you can't please everyone
Yeah, you
in
can't.
life. Yeah, you also
Because
can't.
it ceases to be your life if you try and please everyone. I need
Yeah.
to be me. I
Yeah,
need to be
yeah.
true to myself.
And it's also draining. It drains you a lot.
Yeah, it does.
So when you try to, I used to be like that a few years ago. Like, I need to make sure everyone likes me,
You
that
can't.
kind of thing.
You can't. Because the moment that you try to please this one, the other person won't be happy that you are.
Doing that.
Yeah, you're doing that. So
Yeah.
you can't even do it. It's something that is not doable, honestly.
Yeah, of course. I think the key thing is just self-awareness. Knowing the kind of person that you are and your capabilities. Like what you said, you prefer doing things,
Yeah, in my own space.
in your own space.
And people have to love me for who I am.
Exactly.
So if I'm to be friends with you, you need to be okay with how I go about my stuff. So I can't really change myself so that I can fit into what other people want. No. If I can't fit in, it's okay. I'll still be me and enjoy myself. And
Yeah.
you still be you and enjoy yourself. We'll just meet on the field. And trust me, on the field, we'll be good friends.
Yeah, I think that's actually a great approach. I really hope the world gets to learn from such an experience like that. So, I think just a quick question. You said you like doing things in your own space. What are some of your hobbies?
I like watching movies. I like going out, just taking a stroll.
Okay, it is tried, I must say. Okay.
I also like traveling. That's me.
Okay. What's your favorite movie? If I may ask. I'm putting you on a spot, I know, but...
So I've been watching The Blacklist.
Okay.
It's a really nice movie. I'm liking it. For now, I can say maybe that's my favorite because that's what I'm watching for now.
Okay.
I also liked Prison Break. It was really nice. Like I like crime movies. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting... It's an interesting genre. I think I'm just one person who watches almost everything except for Korean movies and African movies.
Oh, I also don't like Korean movies.
What about African?
I can watch them sometimes if they don't have like, if they have a lot, if they have maturity, like there's a level of maturity that I would want them to have. But if they are those, no, I can't.
Okay. So moving on, does spirituality and faith play a role in both your life and career?
Yeah, it does. For me, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. And for me to be where I am today, it can only be God and no one else. If it wasn't for God, I don't know where I would be right now. And I'm someone who like I told you, I'm a Christian. I go to church. I believe in the Word of God. I believe in the Holy Spirit, and I believe in God being the one who's I believe in God being the one who's in charge of people's destinies, being the one, like I believe in Him being the superior in my life.
Okay.
Yeah, so it actually plays a big role in my life.
All right. So do you ever maybe say a little prayer before a match?
Yes, not just a little. I actually pray a lot.
Okay.
During I sometimes even pray during matches. I'm someone who has like I have a very strong instinct. So sometimes I can even get like a feeling of how the game is going to be like how the result is going to be for the game.
Okay.
I can even feel like, maybe we are going to lose this game before we even start to play. I can even have that feeling. I can also feel that we are going to win this game, and sometimes it won't be like, like when in cricket there are some obvious win games, like like this is a must win game for us. We are definitely going to win this one.
Yeah.
But then you're going for such a match, and then you have a feeling that you want to win this game, and everyone is hyping, everyone is feeling like this is an easy walk in the park, you are going to win this game. So sometimes we just say a prayer, God, please help us so that we win this game. Like I even pray for the team when I get those instincts of mine, whether they are good, whether it's a bad, I pray about it. And yeah, that's me.
Okay. So do you also say a prayer for the other team?
For what? For the other team so that they can fail?
I don't know.
No.
Whatever it's.
No, I don't pray for other people to fail. Like God is for everyone. The same prayer that I'm praying. Maybe the person in the next changing room is also saying the same prayer. Like we all want to win. So obviously we will all pray for victory, right?
Yeah.
But then the word of God says, many are the plans of men, but it is always the will of God that prevails. So no matter how much we plan, no matter how much we pray, no matter not how much we pray, like no matter how much we plan, how much we as hunger, how much we are hungry, how much we have the zeal to win.
Yeah.
If God is planned for the other changing room to win, that is what is going to happen.
That's
So
true.
we just pray that may his will prevail for that day. Whoever deserves to win, let them win. Just allow us to pray, not to pray. Just allow us to play to the best of our capabilities. And the result is up to you.
Okay.
Let your will prevail. I will never pray for someone to fail. No.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's good. Quite insightful and very profound as well. So, do you ever feel anxious before the match?
Yeah. Do you know we are human beings? You're bound
Yeah.
to feel those jitters, But then, like being someone who's spiritual, like we all have our own ways of dealing with butterflies, nerves. For me, I just pray about it, and then maybe listen to a song or something. Yeah, for me to just cool down and have the butterflies go away. But for some people, they dance. Like we have our own way of dealing with nerves. For me, I just say a prayer and then I listen to music. I'll be good to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I think for me, when it comes to this kind of space, I think now, because I'm getting much more used to it, I think just by having random conversations, just like what we did when we started, that's pretty much how I prepare myself for that. But even if you are getting used to something, it's not like you don't have any more nerves or anything like that.
Yeah, trust me, you always have them
Yeah, you still do, but you find a way
to
to
deal with it.
yeah. So who has been your biggest inspiration in cricket?
Yet.
Yes.
I like Hayley Matthews.
Okay.
Yeah. I like the way she goes about her cricket business, the way she carries herself around. Like she just inspires me to actually work harder so that I can reach whatever goal that I set for myself. Because if other female human being is doing it that good,
Yeah.
what can stop me from doing it?
Okay.
I can also do what she does or even do it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that aspect where you actually challenge yourself to, actually do more. Because I think when it comes to our sources of inspiration, the way we view things like that, mostly we would always put ourselves under like those people, like they always do it bigger and better than us, but everyone is unique in their own way, and you can actually challenge yourself like, okay, because I'm capable of this, I can actually
Do more.
So yeah, that's quite an interesting thing to point out. And as we wrap up, what legacy do you hope to leave? I think professionally and personally, and on top of that, what advice would you give to the ones listening, and particularly the ones that are juggling multiple careers?
Okay. Okay, firstly, let me give advice. So I would advise other women out there, especially the youngsters not to be afraid to start. If you feel like you want to go for something, just start. Like, the first step is the hardest. You realize that once you start moving forward, everything will flow.
Yeah.
But taking the first step is the most difficult thing.
Yeah.
So I would advise people to just brace up and take the first step. And trust me, everything will flow. The sky is the limit. You can reach whatever you want, wherever you want to reach. You can do whatever you want to do. And the sky is the limit. No one can stop you. As long as God is in it, you will definitely excel.
Sure.
And for my legacy, I would want to be recognized for someone who broke the ground in male-dominated fields. Like, I studied for a degree in wildlife ecology and conservation, which is male-dominated.
Yeah.
When I went for attachment, like, people would say, like, this girl, this is what she's doing. Like, people will always wow me. This girl is so brave. Because we would go to collar leopards, would catch leopards. We do, like, where I did my attachment, we were specializing in carnivores. So they had leopards, they had hyenas, so we'd go to investigate kill sites where a hyena would have killed maybe cattle or what, and then people would be like, this girl is also doing this, like, So I would love for people to point me out as an example of someone who broke the ground into male-dominated fields. When people see me, they don't even think that someone like me plays cricket. Like, most people, they actually don't believe it. Because, like, people say I'm too girly. But then, with you being girly, cricket is not played by people who are tomboys, like, who are boyish. Even if you are girly, you can also play and even play for the national team.
Yeah.
So I have been doing it. With me being girly, being whatever I am, that's me.
Yeah.
What can I do about it? That's how God created me. Like, but then I'm still doing sport.
Yeah.
So you can do anything as long as you put your mind on it, as long as you tell yourself that you want to go for it, you can do it. So that is what I want my legacy to be like.
Okay. Yeah, that's quite interesting, and I think God always listens to our wishes and desires. And as someone who does believe in God himself, I do wish you all the best, and I will pray for you as much as I can, so that you definitely get to that point where you want to break new ground. Because I think in a way you've already did, especially in this kind of place, because I'm sure if people see a snake, they'll start calling me like, hey, but no.
Where's that go?
Yeah, I probably won't be able to handle that, but yeah, I think that's interesting. So before we finish, there's a segment that we call Quick Strides. So it's pretty much a segment where we've got it's fast paced but fun at the same time.
Okay.
Just rapid fire questions where the audience can get to know you in a quick but fun way.
Okay.
So I have 5 questions for you.
All right.
Which you can respond to in any way you like.
Okay.
So
do we have to be quick about it? Or
Uh,
it's just...
I think it just depends.
Okay.
It just depends, yeah. So the first question is, what's your favorite cricket memory?
My favorite cricket memory was us winning gold at the All Africa Games.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay, nice.
and being the one who actually bowled the super over, which took us to victory on that final. That's my best memory.
Okay, okay, nice. So I think still on cricket, I'll add a bonus question, which then makes them six. What's your favorite position to play?
Middle.
As someone who doesn't know cricket, I know nothing about what you just said.
Okay, what do you mean by position? Like, I don't really.
Okay, there's the what's that? Bowling. Then there's batting. Is there anything else?
So in cricket,
Yeah.
when you say position, you mean like fielding positions. We
Yeah.
have fielding positions, and when it comes to bowling and batting, it's now your role in the team. It's
Okay.
not a position.
Oh, so it's called a role, not a position. I think I'm much more used to football than.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your favorite role? I hope I said it right this time.
I'm a bowler. So
Okay.
my role is to bowl, and that's my favorite. Like, that's my job in the team.
Okay. Okay. At least you learn something new every day.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So the next question is, what's the most inspiring wildlife fact you've learned?
The most inspiring wildlife fact I've learned is that it's that snake poison is actually not poison as what people think. Snake venom is actually called venom. Snake venom it's just a combination of proteins, and it then becomes harmful to us human beings if it's injected into us in large quantities. But the snake venom can actually be used to make pills,
Okay.
because it's just a combination of proteins.
Yeah.
So it's used to make pills. It's used to treat certain diseases like arthritis. So you
Okay.
see, snakes are not harmful. They're actually a source of they're used for medicinal purposes. You can
Okay.
actually draw their poison, or you draw their poison to make drugs, to
Okay.
make painkillers. So snake venom is just a combination of proteins, but then it becomes harmful to us when it's injected in us in large quantities. Just like the same way, if you take a lot of brufen, you might commit suicide.
Yeah.
That's the same. But if you take one, you you cure whatever pain that you're going through. But if you take 10, you are in for trouble. You might even die. That's the same with snake venom. A small quantity, very good and medically healthy. But large quantities, they might kill you.
So I think I, I think a case like this would actually need someone like you close by if there are snakes moving around. Because I'm sure if it's me, someone starts calling like snakes, I'll just be like, no, leave it there and bite you. It will cure you.
No,
arthritis."
it doesn't have to bite you. I'm saying it's like the poison is just the venom. It's just a combination of proteins.
Okay.
But with snakes not being mindful of the quantities, when they bite you and they inject the poison, into your body, it then becomes poison because it will be deposited into your body in large quantities. It's like the snake, when it bites you, it's putting maybe 20 brufen into your system.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Okay.
It's like you are someone who has taken a head full of tablets. You are someone who is abusing drugs.
Overdose.
Yeah, you are overdosing yourself. That's when they become harmful because the snake cannot limit its quantities because it's doing this to defend itself. It's not
Okay.
doing it to cure you. It's doing it to defend itself. So it will actually inject more quantities that will be harmful to your body.
Okay.
But if it had the capacity to regulate the amount, it would be good for you.
All right.
Yeah. But snakes don't have brains like us. So, but trust me, like the wildlife people, they actually catch snakes. They get to extract the venom, and then the venom is taken to pharmaceuticals,
Okay.
and then they make the pills. We don't even know how to make the pills, but we know how to extract the venom from the snakes.
Okay.
I can't make the pills, but I can extract the venom. Yeah.
So, what's a song that gets you pumped before a game?
It keeps on changing. Yeah, it's
Okay.
never one song. But I would say for now it's a song by Elad Cherai and Sharon Manyonganis. Farai we moyo wangu.
Okay. At least it always comes from the heart when you play.
Yeah.
That's good. And then the next one, and an interesting one. If you could be an animal for a day, what would you be?
I'd want to be a leopard.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say a snake.
No. I would want to be a leopard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Ah. All right. Okay. Okay. At least it's what you like at the end of the day. So, yeah. And then the final question. What's one thing you always carry in your cricket bag that has nothing to do with cricket?
That has nothing to do with cricket.
Yes.
Lip gloss.
Exactly, yes. Thank you for that. I thought as much.
Lip gloss. I've always it.
Okay.
Like I can even carry it in my pocket during a game.
Really? And do you even like apply it during a game? Okay. Okay, interesting fact. With those questions, that does it for our episode. So I really do appreciate you for being here, showing up, and telling the world your story.
Thank you so much for having me on your show. It was really nice.
Yeah, true. It was definitely nice having you around. Yeah, and I actually forgot to compliment your haircut. I think it's
Thank
sharp.
you.
Sharp. Is it inspired by the game or
Thank
just
you. No.
okay?
It's just me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thanks to you.
Sure. So thank you guys for joining us. I really hope you guys learned quite a number of lessons from Francisca's story. And I think that does it for us. So if you've been getting value from my content, leave your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to know what you guys think. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe because we have more interesting stories coming to you, including this one and the previous ones and the future ones. So make sure you're following. And yeah, I don't think I don't know, anything else you'd also like to say apart from the advice thing?
No.
Okay.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
Sure. Pretty much the same thing that I said, but through a different voice. So yeah, thank you guys for being a part of this. And this is from me and Francisca. We'll see you in the next video.